Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of Vol, and in this video we're having a look at a Machin Tools update that you probably need to pay attention to. So I'm going to split this into chapters so you can jump around this as much as you want and just look at the bits that interest you. But I thought I'd start with a little bit of background about Machin Tools so you understand what this is all about. So at the time of recording, Machin Tools was released about 6 years ago, and it was free. And it included a range of different tools that generally were about making your workflow easier, taking a number of actions and turning them into maybe 1 or 2 clicks instead of being 8 to 10 clicks. And it really improved workflow and general quality of life within Blender. Fast forward to a little over a year ago, and Machin, the publisher of Machin Tools, stopped it being available for free and put a price of $5 on it. Now previously there had been a paid for version of this called Deus Ex, which had a few additional tools, and I'd paid for that because I wanted to support the creator of it, and because those extra tools were quite handy to have. But unfortunately a lot of people hadn't, so that's why Machin put a cost on this. And at the time I released a video saying, well, that seems pretty fair, it was very generous for us to get this free in the first place. But now, just after a year of that original pricing, there's been another change. And this time the base cost of Machin Tools has gone up to $8. I'm going to be honest, I don't know when that happened. But more importantly, there is a basically subscription type payment that you're going to need to make for updates. Basically, you get a year worth of free updates, and then after that point, you're going to need to pay $2 for the base version of Machin Tools, or $4 if you've got the Deus Ex version of Machin Tools, to get any further updates. Now, this is an optional thing. If you don't intend to update Blender, this shouldn't be a problem and nothing you need to pay for. But with how regularly Blender is updated, it's likely that if you don't pay this after a year, you're not going to be able to use the latest version of Blender and have Machin Tools still work the way that it's meant to. And that's why I use the term subscription, because you don't really have a choice to pay it if you want both Blender and Machin Tools to remain up to date. And that leads us to now, and me making a type of video I don't normally create. I normally make workflows or guides or reviews of different add-ons or products. And covering this as update news isn't normally the thing that I would do, but I think it's really important to cover this. Now, I'm going to try and do a relatively balanced job of covering both sides of this, but I think it's really important to know, first up, that I think this is a really bad move for everyone involved. For Blender, for the people purchasing it, and for Machin themselves. And I'm being very upfront about that because I think it's important that you know the bias of the person that's coming to you with this information. And if you think I've got anything wrong here or I'm being too one-sided, feel free to say so in the comments section or any opinions that you might have on this. So let's have a talk through first about why this has happened and the logic behind these choices. And I'm going to be taking this from the things that Machin has said on videos or on their documents and adding in some of my own commentary along the way. So this is the main statement arguing why this has happened, stating that Machin's revenues have been going down over the last year or so, particularly in the last 6 months, and this is a way of them continuing to make money for the add-ons that they keep on updating, especially Machin Tools as it takes a lot of work. And with this recent update, a significant amount of time has been putting into creating new tools, particularly asset managing, and this update fee helps to cover that time and cost. Now, I do want to add to this because I did see a comment that I thought was a little unfair and I want to mention it, which was that surely Machin makes enough money from the other add-ons that this isn't really necessary. And if you look at some of the statistics for their add-ons, that does look like it could be the case. So let's just take Mesh Machine for example. So let's focus on that cost of $44.99. Well, first of all, as an affiliate of Machin, I can kind of see where a lot of these sales happen. Well, at least at the time of recording this. I don't know if that's going to continue after I release this video. We'll see how Machin feels about me saying that I don't agree with their choices. But the vast majority of purchases happen when there is a sale on, and that's typically at 25%. So that drops the amount of money being made by this to about £33.74p. Then if that sale has come from an affiliate, that's going to knock another 20% off, and suddenly you've got down to $26.99. Then come in some relatively hefty fees from being on Superhive and them selling it for you. Now, there are options here of what would be selected. We'll look at the worst case scenarios I'm going to do for all of this costing. But let's say that Machin only makes 70% of that leftover money, being charged 30% for Superhive, and now you're down to $18.90 from that original $44.99. Then you've got the merchant fee. That takes another 5.5% off the original flat off cost. Let's say we're going down to about $16.42 there. and then there's a 49-cent fee that's added on top of that. We get down to, after all of this, Machine making about $15.93. Now that is a worst case scenario, but it also doesn't take into account other factors like Mesh Machine wasn't $44.99 when it came out, I believe. Now I can apply the same logic to Machine's other add-ons like Curve Machine, Decal Machine, Punch It. I've deliberately left off Machine Tools here because the numbers are a bit difficult to know where those sales have come from and at what price point they happened. But I think it's worth mentioning this because it's easy to say that Machine might have made millions and millions of dollars off of these add-ons, and I just don't think that's the case. It's also worth mentioning that if you're self-employed, which I imagine Machine is, as they are constantly available if you're asking them for help and things on their Discord channel, and if you ask for support off of Superhive, and that puts you in a difficult position if sales are going down because, well, you've got things to pay for or apply for, like mortgages, and you can't do that easily if you've got your sales decreasing. So this financial concern seems pretty legitimate, and I don't think we've got any reason to doubt anything that Machine is saying. I'd also really urge you to watch the video that he's got on this because he does bring up a lot of really interesting points. I'm just picking out the ones that I think are most relevant, and you may think that other ones are more important. Also, while highlighting video content, I also think it's worth mentioning that over the last couple of weeks, Machine has put up an absolutely massive number of videos to add to his already extensive documentation on Machine Tools and some of the other add-ons as well. And you might be of the opinion that if paying for these updates means you get more clear documentation and videos like this, that it's well worth that additional fee. So with that being said, why am I against this idea of paid for updates? If Machine keeps me as an affiliate, that seems to be that I'm going to be making more money off of this. And making this video and the potential chance of Machine taking me off being affiliate seems financially a really bad choice. So why make this video? Well, as I said in the intro, I think this is a bit worrying for Blender as a whole. Blender is predicated on the fact that it is a free piece of software, but with that, you know there's some limitations and bits that might be missing that you want, and add-ons fill that role. And most people are quite willing to spend some money on some add-ons, but with the chance of there being update fees on potentially more and more add-ons if other people do the same thing, that's going to mean less add-on sales because people can't afford to keep updating all of them, and then less people making add-ons, which makes Blender less appealing and less people wanting to buy into it, and that means that some of the sponsorship that Blender gets from larger companies starts to lessen because less people are interested in the product. So as a whole, this is a little bit worrying just for using Blender full stop. I also think it's generally worrying for the Blender user. If you think about the add-ons that you've got, if suddenly all of them add on a 10 to 25% update fee, how many of those add-ons can you afford to keep using on a year-by-year basis? Now I use a lot of add-ons. If there's an add-on featured on the channel, I've paid for it because I use it. I don't show anything on the channel that I don't have or use. That's one of my rules and I'll keep sticking to it. And if I look at what this would cost on a year-to-year basis if I had update fees on all of them, this would massively shrink the amount of add-ons that I'd be able to have or afford. And suddenly, potentially other software that before looked really expensive might even become the cheaper option, which definitely again isn't a good look if you're the Blender Foundation. And I also think it's worrying if you're Machine. This just doesn't seem like a great financial choice when suddenly all of your other add-ons become questionable purchases. Do I want to buy Mesh Machine if it's going to cost me about $45? And then when you add the 10% update charges per year that Machine has mentioned in his video, this just gives me a massive amount of uncertainty in terms of my investment. Just have a look at what's happening to the US economy at the moment while people are concerned about potential fees for imports. Any uncertainty is not a good thing. And then this extends to any new products that Machine brings out. Do you suddenly want to invest in it when you know you're going to be spending an extra 10% per year shelling out on an update fee that you need to pay? And I can't imagine I'm the only person to feel that way. In fact, I know I'm not after receiving quite a number of messages from people who have bought Machine products off of my previous recommendations. I picked this one because 1, they said I could use it in the video when I asked, and 2, it was one of the more polite ones that I received, other ones including words like betrayed and some other not very nice content, despite me obviously not knowing that this was going to happen when I posted a video, well, over a year ago in many instances. And finally, on a personal note, someone who paid for Deus Ex originally because I wanted to use some of the features, Machine's been very open and said that I can downgrade to being just a standard Machine Tools user, so I only have to pay the $2 update fee instead of the $4 update fee, but I bought that because I wanted to use those features, as opposed to the features that have been bought out and that I'm effectively being forced to pay for if I want to guarantee Machine Tools working with future versions of Blender, which are all to do with assets, and I've got no interest in them. And to me this feels like I'm being forced to pay for an additional add-on that I don't necessarily need. Just bring it out as a separate add-on, and if people want it, they'll pay for it. And if they don't want it, then suddenly they're not being forced to pay these update fees. Surely if you've got the confidence in this new set of tools and people wanting and needing it, then that seems like an easy choice. Now, in advance of releasing this video, I also sent it to Machine because I don't think it's fair for me to release this without him having a chance to comment on it and come back at some of the points that I've said. Again, I appreciate I've got my personal bias towards this and my own opinion, but I do want this to try and be a balanced argument. Now, he reiterated that this is not a subscription. He does say this in his documentation as well, because you can always choose to not pay for it and therefore not be able to update it with an updated version of Blender. I've been clear about my opinion on this early in the video, but this could seriously limit you because you can't update Machine Tools and then have other add-ons which you probably need to update because they're going to work best with the newer version of Blender when you've updated them. And also, if you want to buy other add-ons, you're going to have to then work out which version of that add-on works with the older versions of Blender that you're now running because of your old version of Machine Tools. I'm not really convinced by this argument personally, but again, I want to be really clear on his point of view. Another thing to mention is there are other ways of getting updates for Machine Tools. If you're a member of the Machine Tools Patreon, which is $4.50 a month, it states that you get free updates for Machine Tools included within that. So there's an option to go that route as well. Machine also pointed out that he isn't actually the first person to do these paid for updates. And in reality, he's just probably being a bit more transparent about it than others have in the past. If we take KitOps, for example, which is a great add-on too, KitOps is currently on the 3rd version of it that you had to pay for. Now, there is something to be said about the fact that KitOps also has a free version for it. You only need the Pro if you want to be actually making the assets themselves. So this is a slightly different case, and I want to be clear, I'm definitely not saying that Machine Tools should be free. That's when I did a video in the past where it became paid for, saying that that was definitely fair enough. But KitOps isn't the only add-on to have like a version 2 or a version 3 that's paid for separately. And finally, Machine expresses concern that me putting this video out there is only going to serve to create a load of hate and anger towards him. I really want to be clear that that's not my intent here, and if anyone is going to use this as an excuse to start being hateful and sending messages of the sort that I've received recently for having covered Machine Tools in the past, then honestly I think you need to get a grip on yourself. If you don't like it, you vote with your wallet and your money. That is the easiest way to show your opinion about this. Likewise, if you think I'm wrong about this, then feel free to say so in the comments section, but if you write anything that I deem to be inappropriate, and just to be clear, disagreeing with me is not inappropriate, foul language is what I consider to be inappropriate, regardless of what side you come down on. If you disagree with me or you disagree with Machine, I will delete those messages instantly, regardless of the other content of them, because I'm a teacher. Making Blender content in these videos is just a hobby, and I don't want my students, some of which watch the channel because I run a club doing Blender, to see messages and language that they don't really need to be seeing. But the sheer amount of times that I've got Machine products in my videos means I kind of have to make this video because I need to be clear about my opinion on it, because otherwise I get 101 messages or comments, and I need to be able to point to a video to say what I think. As I've said repeatedly, when there became a price for Machine Tools, I made a video saying that I think that was completely the right choice, but in a similar vein, when I don't agree with something, I kind of need to make a video to say it, because I need an effective way to let people know what's going to happen if they buy an add-on, if they don't expect to be paying for updates. Anyway, if you previously bought Machine Tools or you own a Machine product, I apologise for not being the bearer of better news. I doubt this is the kind of video that's going to get a like because, again, shoot the messenger, but if you do think that this was important to cover, please do consider giving it a like, just so other Blender users are more likely to be able to find out about this change. And I hope to see you in the next video. We're going to be back to our good standard Blender workflow content that I normally put out. Have a great day, guys.